Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are reviewing the first of the Super 7 Ultimates Transformers Optimus Prime. I have been super excited for the Super 7 Ultimates because, well, the company Super 7 has had access to a vast number of licenses over the past few years and have created an incredible plethora of 7-inch scale, highly detailed, fully articulated action figures. And one of the things they focus on is, for certain licenses, they focus on doing really great representations, of course, in 7-inch scale. But they also focus on, if it's something that had a callback to vintage toys back in the day, they try to include a lot of those original accessories in a more modern way and try to emulate the original toy from back in the day as well, which is something they even did a little bit with the Transformers line that they're doing. Now, their Transformers line, they're non-transforming figures. None of these figures transform. They're just really great, fully articulated 7-inch scale representations of those characters with a vast number of accessories. Some of them even come with bonus action figures, which is also really cool. And in the case of Optimus Prime, he comes with a little Spike Witwicky figurine from the original The Transformers. So this is one of those that comes with a bonus figure. Can't wait to get to that. So here's the shipper box, and it's pretty plain. It just says Transformers, Optimus Prime on the front, and that's pretty much it for the shipper box. So let's get to the box. And you, just like the rest of your Super 7 Ultimates, if you've ordered Super 7 Ultimates before, one of the things to notate is these figures are made to order. So while they're available for pre-order, they don't make a certain amount, put them up for pre-order on their website or other retailer websites, and run out of pre-orders. They are up for a limited time, and however many get pre-ordered, whether they buy individual customers or online retailers or resellers or comic shops or whatever, that's how many get made. They are made to order at the pre-order, which is how pre-order should be. So thankfully, Super 7 knows how the concept of pre-ordering works. I would argue they're probably one of the only companies that does. So you guys got it right, gold star. The packaging's awesome. I love how every figure comes with an outer sleeve. You got this shiny metallic outline of Optimus Prime here. Autobots on the side. Optimus Prime on the side, there you go. Ultimates up top, and on the back, a shiny metallic Autobot symbol. And I love that they did the grid, that classic grid in the background. And then, of course, once you get that off, you got the packaging right here. You got the grid in red, much like that classic G1 packaging. You've got tech specs on the back. Super 7 in the corner. Ultimates at the top. And there he is, packaged in all his glory with all kinds of awesome accessories. This figure is really awesome looking. I can't wait to get it out. And I love the reflective packaging on the inside. It really helps the figure pop. Really helps the figure pop while on display in the package, if you like to display your figures in the package. Now, he has a huge number of accessories. I mean, they really go all out on the accessories, even from like random throwaway parts and just random episodes of Generation 1. For example, there was this one time where they were riding surfboards. So Optimus comes with a giant Optimus Prime size surfboard. From that time, he rode a surfboard. He comes with a jetpack, which you can put on his back, which he didn't even have a jetpack. He used a jetpack, but it wasn't his, but it's awesome that he comes with it. So there's that. He comes with this little awesome little like energy, like this like stringy energy effect that the Decepticons trapped the Autobots with in one episode of Transformers, where they just were totally immobilized by this. Now, that wasn't the Immobilizer episode. That was something else. But it was really cool that they included this, too, from just a bizarre episode. I mean, they really go nuts about the accessories. And probably, I don't know if I want to say the other most out there accessory for this because we have a surfboard here too. The basketball from the one time in Generation 1 where the Autobots are playing basketball in an Autobot-sized basketball court with Autobot-sized basketballs. This also has a peg hole on it. One of the hands, one of the left hands, has a peg on the inside of the palm for him to hold this basketball, which, I mean, Super 7 really just, I guess, thought about everything here. Other accessories include, we have the Energon Axe as a swappable hand, because at this point you can't really release a Generation 1 styled Optimus Prime without doing the Energon Axe. We have his Ion Blaster, which looks really nice in solid black plastic. I would have liked a little bit more paint on this, especially given Super 7's attention to detail and history. Would have liked a little bits of blue in the stock here, or some grays or something. I mean, just to offset the solid black plastic a little bit. We have the Matrix of Leadership because he is the Matrix bearer, so awesome looking Matrix of Leadership here. And as far as other like accessories, here is the Spike I just can't say his name today. I keep getting my T's and K's switched. The Spike Witwicky, there we go, minifig. And that is to scale with him, which is impressive how much smaller he is to Optimus. Now, he comes with swappable hands, and I mentioned original toys earlier, right, that Super 7 tries to emulate. He comes with a swappable head based on the original Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy. So, while they didn't make him look like the whole Optimus Prime toy, which luckily it would have been weird having a fully articulated version of that, they included a swappable head based off of the original toy. I love this. This is so cool. Now, it looks weird on the body because it's not the right looking head, right? But I love this. This is so, so cool. Thank you, Super 7. That is just so cool. All right, let's get these other accessories out here, huh? Well, there went his pointer finger. Let's go grab that. Here. Always throwing stuff. I'm so glad that did not go over the counter. There we go. There's his pointer finger. All right, come on. Come on out. And I love just, this figure just feels so large. I don't know, he just seems bigger than I expected this toy to be. And the head sculpt looks awesome. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is just so great. Another Optimus Prime to add to my collection. I've got so many G1 stylized Optimus Primes, but I can't stop buying them. He's this is my hero in life. Optimus Prime is, and wow, I just love that iconic design. And whenever a company's like, all right, we're doing another G1 Optimus Prime, I'm like, all right, bye. Take my money. Just go ahead and take it. With Super 7, they also do their reaction line in a 3 3/4 scale 5 POA Kenner style. And there are at least 7 reaction Optimus Primes. I have every single one of them. They just keep releasing pairs of Optimus Prime and Megatron at Targets, and I just keep buying them because I gotta. It's Optimus. I love him. You know, I have every reaction Optimus Prime so far. So yeah, great figure, great character. Eventually, I know they're gonna do Shattered Glass because they're doing the X-Ray Shattered Glass Prime. I wouldn't be surprised if, since we're already getting the Fallen Leader Ultimate in Wave 4. Since that's been announced, I wouldn't be surprised if in Wave 5 or 6 of the Ultimates, they do a Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. It wouldn't surprise me at all, and I'm totally going to buy it when they do it, because it's going to be cool. So anyway, here he is, fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. You got fully articulated shoulders there. You got single jointed elbows, upper bicep, and an elbow swivel as well as that. Wrist joints, waist. There's a bit of an ab crunch. Not a lot of ab crunch, but a decent amount. Hips. This bit is all soft rubbery plastic, so you actually get some really good hip articulation there. A little bit of upper thigh right where the hip joint connects, single jointed knees, ankle joints, and that's pretty much it for articulation. Now, of course, you can give him his other accessories. You can swap that head really easy. That pops off so quick and easy. Snaps right back on. There's that other head. So you can see him with that classic toy head, and it looks really cool. I'm torn because I have a lot of Optimus Primes in my collection. I'm torn as to which head I want to display. Let me know in the comments, which head should I display? And of course, I'm going to put it up to a vote when we do the social media post about this review when I post pictures. But let me know in the comments, what should I display? Should I display him with this head or this head? I can't decide, guys. Help me out, please. Help me out. So yeah, you can swap out that head. It looks really awesome. You can swap out the hands really easily. You can swap out his point, well, that's his left hand, his trigger finger here for his right arm, and put his ion blaster in there, and it fits in his hand relatively. I mean, you got to kind of work it in there. It's a little stiff, but it is a soft rubbery plastic, so don't worry. Those fingers are meant to flex just a little bit. Here we go. You can swap his either hand for the Energon axe. So if you want to have him dual wielding his weapons here, you can have him do that. And for comparison here he is next to, since I've got him in that same configuration, just because I think it looks cool. Here he is next to the Hasbro Redline robotic enhanced design. So you can see them side by side. And this one definitely looks a lot more impressive than the Hasbro version. Now, I will say, as I go further into this review, there are some elements of the Hasbro version that I do prefer and wish was incorporated into the Super 7 version, especially for the price point of the Super 7 version and Super 7's reputation when it comes to fully articulated action figures. So we'll get to that. But you can have him dual wielding. You can put his basketball hand on and then just peg in that basketball, and he holds the rock very, very easily. You can, I was playing with him recently. Yeah, I play with my toys. I was playing with him recently. Trying to do some like cool basketball playing poses. Obviously not with this hand. There we go. Where he's kind of guarding while he's dribbling. You know, he's kind of like dribbling. I've got all my toys everywhere. He's kind of dribbling. You know, he's like getting ready to guard. He's getting ready for that alley-oop. You know, he's getting ready to throw that three. You can get him in a pretty cool layup pose. You know, the basketball's fun to play with. You know, it's a lot more fun to play with than I expected it. He does have peg holes on the bottom of his feet, so you can get him on that surfboard. Although his feet are kind of close together, so it's hard to get him in like a really good surfer's position. So I mean, if you really want to do it, just kind of like only have one of the feet pegged in. so you can get him on a surfboard really nice. The jetpack. The jetpack doesn't peg in or anything. It just fits via friction in that slot there. Now, it sounded like it clicked. It didn't click. That's just the sound of the friction. Like I said, it's nice and tight, so you don't have to worry about it just falling off once you put it in place. See, it's on there good. You look silly with your hands in the air like that, buddy. So the jetpack sits on there actually very, very nicely. Here's one of the things, here's where I come to about the Hasbro version versus this one. This one, in appearance, looks much, much better. In some cases, the articulation's a little bit better. Overall display, it is a big improvement. Granted, you're also paying a lot more for this one versus this one. This one's roughly, before aftermarket, it's roughly $30 more in value to this version. However, I like the way Hasbro did the articulated joints on the elbows better, as well as the knees. I just think it's just a little bit better than the joints on this one. I feel like you're able to get just a little bit better posing because of it. Now, the elbows aren't significantly better. I think just a little. The shoulders, I don't think the shoulders are any better or worse. And the other feature that I like with the Hasbro version that I wish they incorporated with this one is the opening of the chest compartment and having the matrix inside of Optimus Prime. Unfortunately, the chest compartment on the Super 7 Ultimate does not open whatsoever. It's not even like just remove this panel and put it in. It's there. It's one solid piece, and that's it, which kind of disappointing because they included the matrix. It's nice that he can hold it and stuff, but it's just a little disappointing that you can't put it in his chest. So that's kind of another gripe I have about that. Now, I was also going to bring up the lack of paint on the forearm here, right there, just above the wrist. They didn't paint the arrows. The arrows should be yellow. Now, Hasbro didn't do it either, so again, not a big deal, but I prefer when those arrows are painted just because it looks a little bit better. Autobot logos on the left shoulder plate like it's supposed to be. There only should be one. I think the faceplate on the swappable head is a little bit better than the faceplate here. They just left it flat gray. I wish they made it silver like on this one. Same with the this part of his torso here. Rather than making it gray, I kind of wish they made it silver, or at least, if not that, because it should be different from the grill, make the grill silver rather than just flat paint. Again, we're paying a lot more here than we're paying for this one, so it shouldn't. It's not like it's close. I don't feel by any means these two are close to each other as far as which one's better than the other, but I feel like it should be a lot further than it is, if that makes sense. Granted, the other nice thing to notate about this version over the other release is you get a ton more accessories. There is a lot of value in the accessories here. A whole nother action figure character. You got a basketball. You got silly accessories that you probably won't even display, especially if you're a loose collector. But it's cool to have them, especially this. This is really neat. I mean, I don't think I'm going to display it on my Optimus, but I've got other characters in my modern collection of the Generation 1 universe, so I'm definitely going to put this on because that's just really cool to have that now, But still, I feel like the differences should be a little bit more significant. Also, why did you paint this silver and not that? Why leave that just flat gray? I think he would have looked better if that was silver. But that's just like I said, that's just me being nitpicky. This is still a really, really great figure, a really great representation. It was definitely worth the $50 I paid for it. That's not true. I paid more because I bought it secondhand. I didn't buy it. I didn't pre-order it. I should have, but I didn't. I like the pointer finger. There we go. And also for comparison, here he is next to the Earthrise transformable modern, most recent modern take on G1 Optimus Prime. Just so you can kind of see this version next to a transforming version. You can see the differences a little bit. One that has you know, some elements of inaccuracy because of the fact that it still has to transform and isn't quite a masterpiece, of course. Still really great. There we go. All right. And there you have it. What do you guys think? Is Super 7 Ultimates the Prime for you? Are you skipping the Super 7 Ultimates because they transform? I mean, yes, I get that transforming is in the name. It's kind of the whole thing. So having there are those who collect Transformers who think non-transforming Transformer figures or characters are pointless. Well, the monoformers out there would disagree with you. I think they are very much important, especially since, you know, Action Masters was really cool. But to each his own. Not everybody has to collect every version of Optimus Prime because they're crazy about Optimus Prime like I am. And Super 7 probably isn't for everybody because I get it. They're going to be a little bit more expensive. Some people would rather just buy a $20 figure out from Walmart versus buy a $50 or more figure online. I totally get that. So it's really cool. It's a really awesome option. I think it's worth it because it's an awesome Optimus Prime, and the amount of accessories you get is incredible. I mean, there are a huge amount of accessories here. So really, really cool. But again, let us know what you think in the comments about this one. Stay tuned for more awesome video reviews such as this one. We do have the rest of Wave 1 of the Super 7 Ultimates Transformers figure. As far as the rest of the waves, I don't know if I'm going to end up getting all 4 figures in Wave 2 and Wave 3. I know there's a few of the figures in the next couple of waves I'm definitely getting. I'm for sure going to get Megatron. I'm for sure going to get Bludgeon in Wave 2. I'm for sure going to get Tarn and the Alligatorcon Optimus Prime figure in Wave 3. Probably also Wreck-Gar in Wave 3, but I haven't decided if I'm getting the next 8 figures or just a few of the next few figures. So stay tuned for more awesome Super 7 Ultimate reviews. Maybe we'll do some other Super 7 Ultimates here on Bay 12, and sometimes in our Bay 12 live sales, we have Super 7 Ultimates. So stay tuned for those. Those are usually around the 3rd or 4th Sunday of the month. And, of course, watch Bay 12 and Bay 12 social media for updates as to when those are. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.